Hey guys, what is up and welcome to another League video. You guys asked me to make a video on how to play the new Zed since most of you think he is worse. Well, I have a few clips in this video to hopefully show you otherwise. So the first thing I want to get out of the way is his W. So after playing quite a bit of Zed after the new patch hit, I can most definitely guarantee that it is unnerfed. It is slower and Zed does require more precision to harass in lanes now than before, since you can't fire your shurikens just as quickly. Using it to chase or to escape obviously is slowed down, but not to the point of making it that much different than before, and the same jukes and play methods can still more or less be applied. My suggestion to you guys to apply his W in lane is to use it right on top of them, of course, or as close to them as you can while predicting them pretty much walk into maybe get a minion, and you E right away. And then wait about half a second to a second and then throw your shuriken for the harass, because you want to wait to see their movement. If you do it too soon, then you can miss it more easily, because if there's a little delay and if you use it just as the shadow is still coming out, there's about half a second of time where it'll just fly to where you initially selected the queue to go to, and you can't really change it within that half a second time frame because it's already set in motion for that spot. Now let's get into his ultimate, which I actually like more now. Now you guys may be thinking like, oh Red, what are you, crazy, huh? Well, I don't like to think so, but let me show you guys some really sweet clips to prove my point. So before I get into the crazy stuff, I want to quickly show you guys that his ultimate 1v1 is still pretty good. The only thing I have against it is the fact that when you ulti someone, your shadow is pretty much right on top of you. So in terms of juking around with your shadow and making the opponent confused, it can be a bit more difficult. But the damage that you do 1v1 style is still pretty much the same, and you can still definitely rely on assassinating people in such ways. So I'm sure we can all agree that chasing people down with his new ultimate is a bit more difficult because you can't have the shadow right behind them and just teleport to that and just continue to follow up and then use your W. Now you usually have to use the Blade of the Rune King earlier and use your W possibly to chase him down even further. But I honestly feel the positive aspects that the new ultimate brings outweighs the negative ones. Let's take a look at this clip to further prove my point. I'm waiting in ambush because me and my Jarvan are pretty much trying to bait the Vayne, and the Jarvan, he's taking quite a bit of damage and the situation quickly turns negatively for us. Our Jarvan dies, but I'm still going ham onto this Vayne, and second she dies with my mark, I simply press R again, teleport to my shadow that my ultimate placed way at the beginning of the fight, and then use my W and escape. This is the main reason I like his ultimate. You can pretty much go as ham as you want on the target that you're going after, and always know that you do have an escape route with your ultimate shadow, because not only is the range just immense, but you also have more time to use that shadow again to switch positions with it. Let's take this clip as another example. I want to walk up to this team, I want to use my W to give some harass over there, use my W again, go to the shadow, ulti him, go as ham as I want, pretty much just until I'm sure he'll die, and I just simply press R and I'm completely out of danger. If you're still not convinced, take a look at this one. I'm against a Nidalee in the middle lane, I'm looking for the opportunity, right? I'm waiting to throw my W down when I know she'll walk up to harass a minion. As she walks back to harass me, I throw my W, use my E and Q, and then I kind of walk back, baiting her, waiting for my cooldowns to finish so I can make sure I have everything up when I ulti her, because I am going in for the kill, dodge her spear, use my W, ulti her, do all my skills, I dive as hard as I can to ensure that she will die from the death mark because she does have barrier, and I just press R. Keep in mind I did rush the Blade of the Rune King as fast as I possibly could before even getting boots, because it is pretty essential to make sure that you can stick on your target without really having to use your W right after your ultimate. So let me share a nice little trick that you guys can use against your opponents. Throw your W and harass with your EQ and then walk backwards pretending like you're backing out and not doing anything offensive, and then when your cooldowns are done with your EQ, press W again and then ulti them and then do as much damage as you can, and you should be pretty good to go. Don't forget that the range on switching with your shadow is immense, so you can always rely on it to be an escape route. Take a look at this example. I see the Nidalee and I see the Jarvan, and I know that I can go ham on this Nidalee because I know how this new ultimate works. So I just do everything I can, even use my W. Jarvan ultis me, and I just press R, and the Jarvan is just like, whoa, where did the Zed just go? These are the reasons why I think the new ultimate is just so good. The old Zed was pretty much a suicide bomber late game where he would just simply dive at squishy like an ADC or mid laner, and he would get the kill, but he would usually die in the process. But now the new Zed can usually get the kill, but also escape. Take a look at this clip. The enemy Rengar ultis our server and I retaliate and ulti him instantly, pretty much burst him, and then I go after the Heimer because I know I can go as ham as I want under the turret and escape in a matter of seconds. And that's exactly what I do, and I also pick up another kill on the Heimer and I just press R and escape. Here's another clip showing how Zed can pretty much disappear when he uses ultimate when the shadow is really far away. As I ulti the Nidalee, put a lot of damage on her, I know she's dead, I pop R, and for a split second you probably didn't even know where I was. A tip for Zed that I recommend you guys do in team fights is be as confusing as possible. Take a look at this team fight, and And be honest with me, looking at it right now, can you follow where I am? Like right now, do you guys see where I am? Did you see what just happened? Probably not, because I personally didn't. And I'm the one playing the freaking champion. Let's take a look at that clip again, but in a slower version. As I'm engaging with the Nocturne, I use my W, put as much damage as I can, switch shadows on it, and I just keep attacking people. I'm saving my ultimate for the right moment to avoid damage and to make them confused as to where I possibly am. As I ulti the Sivir, I press R again, and I'm pretty much jumping all over the fight, and it's making the opponents very confused as to where I am. There is one negative aspect I want to mention with Zed in general. If the enemy team is smart and they have at least 2 people, they can have one person always waiting at your shadow's escape route, which the Nidalee was doing there, and you could pretty much not go anywhere because you're pretty much dead, whether you continue running the same path or if you go to your shadow. Keep this one in mind, guys. So that is all I wanted to tell you guys about the new Zed so far, until later on I will make a tutorial on him. Don't forget that your ulti, it pretty much enables you to go full ham on any target you want, knowing that you always have an escape route with your R. If you have any questions, please don't forget to write a comment down below asking me, and I'll try to answer it as much as I can. Also, please throw in a like if you did enjoy this video. I would also appreciate if you guys can follow me on Facebook and Twitter, both are Redmercy LOL. But anyways, hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I'll see you next time. Peace.